infinite banking works great only if. Have you ever thought that if infinite banking is so good, why everybody else is not doing it? Well, infinite banking works great only if, yes, only if you follow the basic rule, which is recapture and reinvest. If you just get a whole life insurance policy from any company and expect it to yield all the results of infinite banking, it's not going to work. Then what do you need to do? You will need to treat your life insurance policy as a bank. Yes, that is the reason we say be your own banker. People always ask me, what is infinite banking? The secret of infinite banking can be summed up in two simple words: recapture and reinvest. Hi, my name is Sunny Mitra. For the best information on infinite banking and finances, subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so that you are notified when we upload new videos. Last week we had a video named Turn Your Liabilities into Assets. A lot of you have asked me to go into a little more detail about this topic, so here it is. Let's start with the basic question: how to turn your liabilities into assets. If you ask me that question, I would start with this question: what are your liabilities in life? You might say, one of the biggest liabilities that most of people have is debt. And what happens when you have debt? You pay a lot of interest to your creditors. I just googled it and found out this data. The average household income in 2018 in America today by census.gov was $62,000. Multiply it with 40 working years, you have a whopping amount of $2,480,000. Can you believe that? You are making $2.5 million in your lifetime and are still worried about money? Why? Here is a simple answer. The majority of your money goes back to them for paying taxes and interest. First of all, out of your weekly paycheck, you pay a big chunk of money back to Uncle Sam in taxes. And we all know that. You can minimize it, reduce it, but there is no complete way out from this. Secondly, you pay a lot of money in interest to your creditors. If you look at them closely, the way it works is you borrow the money from different sources like student loan, auto loan, home loan, credit cards, to name a few. And then when it comes to paying back those debts, you overpaid them with the interest. And that is where infinite banking comes into play. It looks like your first enemy, which is taxes, cannot be avoided 100%. But the second culprit can be eliminated all the way. According to money.com, you are going to spend $280,000 on interest in your lifetime. And that is on the lower end. Money.com continues, the average American can expect to pay as much as $450,000 in interest in their lifetime. Have you ever wondered, how can I go about getting that money back? Now, I want you to pretend for a moment that instead of throwing away that $500,000 in interest, you are holding on to it, making it work for you. Just like the banks own their own debt, you create a system where you own your own debt. Here is a simple question for you. What will happen in the next 10, 20 or 30 years? You would perhaps say, not only will I have that extra $300,000 to $500,000 with me, but I'll also be making compounding interest on that money year after year. Do you think that will help you becoming debt-free and creating a perpetual passive income for life and retirement? You bet. And infinite banking can help you do that. So we can put it like this: a system that helps you recapture by getting back all your money that is currently leaving your portfolio in the form of principal and interest, and reinvest it in an insured and guaranteed vehicle. That is your infinite banking. In layman's terms, instead of putting your money in a bank, you save them inside a dividend-paying whole life policy, which is designed with an emphasis on cash value. So, stop gambling your future income and learn how you can obtain a guaranteed tax-free growth on your money. Finally, to conclude, let me reiterate it. Debts are your liability because you have to pay it back with interest. Once you start recapturing those interests that is leaving your portfolio every month, turn around and reinvest it in your own family bank, you have converted your liabilities into assets. If you are thinking about using your policy to finance other things, we have a free book called Infinite Banking Secrets, where we share different ideas on how you can utilize your whole life insurance policy. So definitely check out the link below and visit our masterclass. If you like this video, let us know by liking it and leaving a comment for us. Make sure you share with your friends and family and subscribe to our channel. And remember to own your tomorrow by converting liabilities into assets.